murder, slavery, non-league football. Just doesn't sound right, but that's what's happening here at Staines Town FC. Staines Town play in the Isthmian League South Central here at the Wheatsheaf Park Stadium. They're a normal non-league team attracting crowds of a few hundred every Saturday and Tuesday until one day in March 2022. The club released a statement announcing that they would be pausing operations until a thorough investigation took place into Downing LLP, who own the Thames Club, which, as you can see, is part of Staines Town Stadium. They accused the organisation of several shocking acts, including breaches of the Modern Slavery Act, funding a Swiss bank found guilty of laundering $36 million in bribes within FIFA, and being involved in environmental crimes, price fixing, deforestation, forced evictions, human rights abuses, child labour, gender discrimination, and even murder. A few hours after that statement was released, Downing replied by saying that the wild allegations were simply untrue, claiming it was an attempt by the club's owner Joe Dixon to deflect attention from his mismanagement of STFC over the years. The story then went quiet for some time, and the club played out the rest of the season at other local grounds, but yesterday a new update was released by the club. Within this, they have said, despite asking for support, advice and instruction from the FA, the Isthmian League and Spelthbourne Borough Council, not one of them has had the morality or decency to offer STFC the courtesy of a proper reply. They've also explained what is going on in terms of ownership of the club. At first, Staines Town Supporters Trust suggested that the club could be fan-owned. However, discussions eventually broke down and the period in which the fans group had to reply to say whether they would take over or not expired. With this, a search for an independent personal party to take over the club started. Several parties made inquiries and eventually one of them became a clear frontrunner. So, the legal process then had to start where the club would be sold, but this came to a sudden stop when a huge issue was highlighted. Part of the pitch was being wrongly used by the club and the Thames Club and actually belongs to a nearby resident who now has legally been given their land back. At the end of the statement, the club said this: the owners of Staines Town Football Club are now left with 2/3 of a pitch and not one big enough to comply with the FA rules. In light of this, we understand that there have been several ideas put forward to combat this shortfall, including the setting up of a Middlesex over-60s walking football league, with the rationale being that the participants would not have to walk as far to attack each other's goals. And that's where the story is currently sat, and it's an absolutely remarkable one so far. That is nowhere near over. What will happen next is very unclear, so we'll just have to wait and see. But fingers crossed this can all be sorted out and Staines Town can get back to worrying about results on the pitch rather than if they'll actually have a pitch to play on.